Hey guys, uh, it's me, Alex. We're gonna have a look at the data. It's a bit late at where I am. Also, I'm having kind of a cold, so sorry for the voice. May not be the sexiest, but anyway. So let's start with the poll up. I guess 35-2 was the best we had. This is how my setup looks like, which is fairly standard, let's say, for data analysis. Alright, okay. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. This is a bit weird. Okay. So the brake shape is is weird, let's say. Like I would expect it to go to 100 and then bleed off completely. However, the tires are locking actually, the fronts. So this is the drop in speed, which is the lock up. Hmm. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay, so it looks the same. On the verge of lockup. Brake, definitely. 60%. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, this looks more reasonable, let's say. These square things are auto blips. Like this is the throttle blips that the game does, which I don't think are required actually, but whatever. Okay, so we have this lockup. Uh, hmm. Okay, looks quite messy to be honest, and not the way that I would expect. These are the tire temperatures, and as expected, actually they're not too bad. 110 is reasonable, and this is obviously maximum at. Oh no, it's not maximum. I need to zoom out. It's not maximum. Well, it is maximum, but it happens in the middle of the track. Alright, in the middle of the lap. Anyway, it's weird. Weird, I was not expecting braking to look like that, to be honest. Let's. Oh, this looks better. Okay, this looks better. Goes 295. It locks. Well, you could argue it insta locks, but not really, because there is this period. Let's open someone else's file because this one looks. Oh, fuck me. This one looks weird. So we keep that one and we have this one. So okay, this is the one we just had a look. Oh well, the brake shape looks worse, as in like much more noisy and weird, let's say. But at 92%, it doesn't look as much as on the other file. For sure, there is more. Well, I don't like that it's only 2.8 Gs on deceleration. Should be closer to 3.4 something. It could be indication of grip, like lack of grip on track. or the driver not using, all the grip available. Okay, okay. Okay, so it's also not a not a perfect example. Still, it's 2.9, which is better, and 90%. Again, it locks later. Like this is what I'm talking about. So this could be explained. Well, could be explained. I mean, it is explained by the driver's error, because the driver should have not, kept this brake pressure for that long. Also, he's increasing it, well, slightly, but it's from 95% to from 85 to 91, and then the lockup starts once the speed drops. So it's not insta locking. So you could argue if the driver braked to 100% here, but then he would bleed off like this wouldn't have happened. So, like, this stuff is not a car issue, it's a driver issue. Let's find proper braking. Probably not gonna find proper braking on this file. And this compared to pull up. Okay. The white one is the pull up 352, and the red one is the one I was just talking about. Excuse me. Oh, at least I was gonna say that setup looks the same. It does look the same, but the suspension travel is different for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, so obviously the white guy is braking later. Also, his speed trace looks much more clean. Let's say, without these irregularities. Exit is the same, so the gain is made on entry. Okay, shall I just scroll through, because this is not the purpose of this video anyway. This is T1. This is T2. What the hell is this actually? Let's go to another layout. Okay, this is the fucking short shift that I was talking about. Like, you see this drop in reds, and it just so happens, well, you cannot see it here because of the scale, but the red guy short shifts for sure. He's shifting at 6.3, while the white guy is shifting at 6.5 as he should. So could be explained by short shift. Also, the line is slightly different. The red guy has more steering lock at that point, 34 degrees against 27, which means more scrub. So, the slight, differences in speed, this could be explained by steering as well. Anyway, it's very different. It's just two ways to take this corner. I mean, looking at the speed trace, well, both are not ideal, because they have these irregularities. This kink ideally should not exist, like, this bend, but in this corner specifically, because it's a long corner, it's acceptable, so it's okay. Okay, blah 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 blah. Oh, look at that. is happening here? Now the white guy is losing. He's not short shifting. The red one is actually. Shit, it's different. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. Maybe it's the limiter actually, because the RPM like flattens out here. 6.5 should not be the limiter yet. I don't know. G forces. 2.2. Well, it looks like the white guy is still turning at this point because he has more angle. He's still pulling some G's here, while the red guy already uh, finished turning. So that could explain this drop in speed. This is not much. This is maybe like, I don't know, like less than half a tenth. It's still interesting. Okay, something happened there. Okay, both on the verge of locking. Jesus, so this looks like a fucking mess. All this section. On both of them actually. What the hell is this? Limiter, probably limiter. It is limiter. Okay, so this is what limiter looks like. Okay, this was not necessary. And it is penalizing. Good. Good, as it should. Okay. It's a lot of brake for the chicane. Different gears, I suppose. Yes, second versus third. So red one should be faster. Doesn't look like so. I want to see the minimum. Ah, come on. For fuck's sake. Hmm. Actually, red would have been faster. Because if the fucking scale was set up correctly. God damn it. So, let's say 80 is the minimum. Okay. So the red dude, right? He accelerates from lower speed because he overslows, but then he's able to catch up the white dude, right? So if red one would have accelerated from the same point, the same minimum speed, he would have overtook the white one. But on this particular lap, let's say the red one is not benefiting from second gear. Well, he's recovering the time lost here, but he shouldn't have lost this one. This is probably caused by this. I mean, I know it doesn't look much. It doesn't look like a big difference, but the red one is probably overshooting the first part of the chicane, so the second part of the chicane is much tighter for him, so he has to slow down more. Anyway, I'm side tracking. Let's go back to the brakes issue because both of these are inconclusive. Let's pick someone else. Fuck my life. Okay, 36.4. What else do we have here? It's the same guy, same guy, same guy. This one I have already looked at. Where is Richard? Okay, this is it. Okay. Oh fuck me. This one. All right. So let's look at Martin. Martijn, Martij, I guess. Dutch. You say. Okay. Okay, I like the brake shape much more. Like this looks. Okay, and he's pulling 3.4 G's in turn 1 as he should. Alright. So the fronts are actually not only the fronts, all of them, all four of them are kind of wanting to lock. But again, this happens later. So what he should have done, he should have not had this flat top, but instead going to peak, like somewhere here, and then just bleed off. And then this would not have happened. But it looks more logical. Okay, the same shit here. Obviously this is fucked up, but we'll have a look at some reference to compare, but probably braking too early or whatever. This is the one on the left-hander downhill, I think. Okay, same stuff, but then again could be explained by having this flat top. Also, for this corner, you should probably brake less, so it's not necessary to go to 100. It should have been like here, and then this would not have happened. It doesn't fully lock. I mean, it's still rotating, but it's a lock up. It is much better. This is the hairpin after back straight. Well, the brake shape is not good, but for the purpose of this test, you can see that he goes to 100 and nothing happens. There's mild lockup, which can again be mitigated by just braking less. And he's pulling well, let's say almost 3 G's maximum, which is reasonable. Okay, there are no hard brakings in this section. Chicane is messed up. It's like it's 2 chicanes. It's 3 corners instead of 2. Bit of a lockup. But okay, this is not hard braking. Who cares? This one is impressive. Let's look against the pull up. Now, this is something strange. Like, how is this possible? It looks like the white one is locking much easier, as if different model was used, like different brake pressure, whatever, or tire temps are different or something. I will check tire temperatures actually in a second. But as you can see, the white one has much less pressure and similar amount of locking at a similar speed. So, like, the red guy should have been locking like hell, or the white guy should have not been locking at all if it was the same condition. So something must be different. Let's see what. What do I have here? I like right heights. Rake is quite different for whatever reason. Supposed to be in the same setup, right? Hmm. Tire temps same, different, but we consider them the same. Okay, steering is actually different. Okay, now it makes more sense. Where is it? Ah, because I don't have it here. Okay. Steering, steering, steering. This is steering. God damn it. Why the fuck did I had all this shit? Okay, I'll disable tire temps because it's just in the way. Fuck this. Okay. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Well, what I was going to say is that the white guy starts to turn in at some point, and that could provoke lockup because you obviously need lateral grip, which you don't have at that point. But I mean, 3 degrees is it's nothing. So I don't know. I don't know like why is this so different and this is so similar. It should not be like that. Let's have a look at someone else. So this is Richard. Okay, just judging by the G's, for sure there's more grip. Uh, well, and yeah, obviously he could have braked with higher pressure because the car is not doing anything, and probably later as well. Same here. Car is not doing anything. There's a huge kink in the or knee or whatever you call it. Speed trace. Okay, more corners than there should be. The kink again, which means that he could have braked later. No lockups. Ah, don't lift. Should be flat. Okay, this is just shitty brake. 1.5, yes, probably should have braked like significantly later. And the shape of deceleration should not be like this, it should be like straight. Okay. Okay, but no lockups. But then not enough pressure on this data. So okay, all laps I guess. Alright, so he's actually locking here. Like what? Why is this happening? This should not be happening. Okay, there's 15 degrees on steering. Uh, it's difficult to say. Like, is this the result or the cause? Is it the correction for the lockup, or is this something that actually causes the lockup? I don't know. But in any case, it should not be there. 2.6. Hmm. Who else do we have? Actually, let's go back to another one. Like, it's like people are driving on a different car. Like, they have different model. Like, this guy is using version 3, and it looks like this guy, uh, wherever it was, this guy is using version 2, because version 2 had more brake pressure. Because I cannot explain why is he locking. Hmm. Anyway, who else do I have? Let's compare Richard to Paul. Okay, this is quite. Breaking point is very similar actually. Again, like this makes no sense as well. Like, how is this possible? Oh no, it actually does make sense. Sort of. Like the slope, the deceleration on the white one, let's say is less. This one goes down at a quicker rate, and somehow the red one is using less pressure and he's not locking, while the white one is using more and he is locking. Ah, nah, sorry. You can argue that white one is actually decelerating better. It's when he releases the brake is where this shit starts. But initially, he was actually same or even more effective as the red one. Okay. Well, it's probably not the not the best lap. Interesting. Interesting why the red guy is doing twice. Fucking hell, it's like, huh? What the fuck is this? Which corner is that? So this is one, two, oh, three. Okay, okay, makes sense. Is it? One, two. Oh no 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 no. No, this is four because one corner is here somewhere because it's flat. So this is T1, this is T3, this is 4, the one under the bridge, this is the one down the hill. So why? Okay, okay, he managed to do it properly once. Interesting. Interesting. For some reason, this corner specifically, he brakes too early. Goes back on power, blah blah blah. Okay, this is the lift. races. Okay. Okay, that's inconclusive. Inconclusive. Race quality. Okay, let's check the race one. Oh, fuck my life. Oh, wow, look at that. Much better on the race. You know, it looks so similar here, but this gain is much more than this loss. And this gain is because he's able to pick up the throttle earlier, because he's braking slightly earlier. Fuck, look at this. Oh, looks like a proper shape, like a proper brake. Like, very good, except for the lack of peak. And I'm quite impressed. Look, this looks like very good as compared to. Ah, fuck me. As compared to. Can I disable this? Okay, anyway, as compared to this, where it has this knee and then this thing, blah blah blah. Well, here is an illustration for you of what proper brake does. It wins you time here because exit is the same. The white guy overshot the corner slightly because somewhere here the white guy realizes that he overbraked himself. So he releases the brake, the minimum jumps up, uh, and then these points are a bit offset. Like the white one, the minimum happens later, and then for the red one, and thus the white one will go on power later, which sure as hell he does. Which means he loses time here. I mean, it's not very visible because the scales they look identical, but actually he's losing on exit and he's losing on entry. And remember that the white one is the pole lap, the qualifying lap, the 35.2, and the red one is the race lap, the 35.6. Yeah, probably over pushed the red one here. Also over pushed. God damn it, why the fuck is it locking? Should not be locking.